Home Circle class of 2021. Congratulations, you guys did it. You are there. Home Circle itself, 30 years of graduations. That is just amazing. Are there any alumni here? Just out of curiosity? Okay, cool. Oh, there's, sweet. When did you graduate? Just out of curiosity. Oh, your daughter did, okay. Anyway, class of 2021, you did it. You finished high school. Great job. I'm so proud of you guys. Parents and teachers, which that's a joke because theoretically you're one and the same. You guys did it. You brought them here. In a time, in a day and age when, dare I say, it was almost cool to be a homeschooler. In a time when so many people around the country had no choice but to homeschool, we laughed and said, my, how the tables have turned. At a time in our culture where people said, how do we do this? We don't know what to do. How do we teach our kids and work and not kill them and not have them kill each other? All you homeschool moms laughed and said, hold my bedazzled monogram 30-ounce Yeti. All the moms are like, I don't have one of those. Dads are laughing, kids are laughing because you know it's true. If 2020 and 2021 have taught us anything, it's that we're doing it right, guys. And I say we, and like Miss Kim just said, my wife and I, we homeschool our 3 girls. And when I say we, I mean she does all the actual schoolwork and I just pay for everything. We believe that homeschooling is a calling. It's not for everyone. And why do you think you only see the dads at the cool field trips? The joys of homeschooling, when every lesson, every day could be considered bring your kid to work day. How many times have you guys heard, today you guys are going to learn how to do the dishes and fold laundry? Homeschooling is when almost every time we leave the house, it's considered a field trip. Homeschooling is where we are not just friendless weirdos, we're just weird. And we teach our girls that normal is being overrated, normal is boring. You hear around our house very often, let your freak flag fly. I say, wear your weirdness as a badge of honor. Graduates, as cliche as it may sound, today is the first day of the rest of your lives. Today, you have endless opportunities to be and to do whoever you want to be. Do whatever you want to do. Some of you may be the president in the future. Some of you may be CEOs, rock stars, pro athletes, servicemen and women. Some of you may become homeschool parents yourselves. Some of you may become janitors or pastors. The possibilities are literally endless. Just please keep in mind, no matter what you decide to do, no matter where you go in life, what 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, whether you eat or drink, whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. See, because some of you have known since you were 2 years old what you were going to do. Some of you have known since you were very little that that is the direction that I am going to go in life. Keep that dream. Hold on to that. Pursue that. Don't let anyone or anything get in your way. Some of you kind of know where you want to go, but you're not really sure. Some of you haven't given it much thought at all, but you're going to figure that out. And when you do, don't let anything stop you. Some of you inevitably will take the long way around. Some of you need to try different things and figure different things out. But seize the day. Go out, enjoy life, figure out who you are going to be, what you want to do, and then go change the world. Some of you have no idea what you want to do. Some of you have no idea where your life is going to take you. And you know what? That's okay. Some of you have not planned any of this. Some of you have no idea what's going to happen, but do something. Take a road trip, get a job, go backpacking in Europe, go on a mission trip, join a band, write a book, read a book. Some of you are having a hard time with today. Some of you are having a hard time with graduating because graduating means becoming an adult. Lord willing, becoming an adult is inevitable. Growing up, on the other hand, that's optional. Graduation means a new chapter in all of your lives. Some of you are scared senseless right now. Some of you are excited. Either way, you don't have to do this journey alone. Look around the room. You have friends and family. Some of you, most of you have hopefully a church community that comes around you and loves you and wants to give you support. No matter the direction that your life goes, you have these people. Lean on them. Trust them. Let them help you. Let them pray with you. Let them pray for you. Just because you graduated doesn't mean that these people here no longer want you to succeed. Their roles may and should look different in your lives after today, but let them continue to be your support system. Parents, this is where the hard work begins. Now you have to trust God and trust your children. You did your part. You did a great job getting them here. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it." So you've done your training. Potty training, training wheels, training bras. I have 3 daughters, I understand. You get the picture. But regardless, parents, you got them here today. With your love and support, you got these young people here today. All the thankless hours of teaching them, helping them, supporting them, growing them to be the young men and women that sit here before us today. But now your role, parents, your role changes. Now you get to support them and help them in their decisions. Even if you don't agree with their decisions, you still have to support them. You get to offer advice, and you get to trust them. You get to trust that you have done a good job and that they will continue on. Your role as parents change. Your prayer changes after today. And I know that you won't, but don't stop loving them especially when they make decisions that you don't agree with. Fall back on the promise of Proverbs 22:6. Trust that you have done your job, that you have raised them right, and that God is in control. Amen. Graduates, in the few minutes that I have left, I want to talk to you about your legacy. Have any of you guys ever thought about what your legacy is? Some of you may not even know what that word means. And I'm weird, I know, shocker, surprise. I like to know where words come from. As a preacher, I talk about words all the time, and I like to dig into where those words come from and study those and find the background and find out the meaning. And the word legacy is actually a legal term. There's many different definitions if you pull up any dictionary for the word legacy. But the primary definition is this: it's something such as property or money that is received when someone has died. For example, Aunt Sally's legacy is $1 million. Grandpa's legacy is his baseball card collection, or Grandma's legacy is her jewelry. This word legacy is very similar to an inheritance. But one of the definitions of legacy, and the one that I want to focus on today, says this: something that is handed down from one person to another. Something that is part of your history or that remains from an earlier time. See, we're talking about much more than money here. Our legacy is what we leave behind when we're gone. Our legacy is our family and our friends and our colleagues, our neighbors, our communities. Our legacy is our faith and our values. Our legacy is our business practices, our reputation. Our legacy is often when someone says there's something different about that person. Our legacy is what others are like as a result of being around you. Things that people learn from us, the way that they treat other people because they know us. But one of the legacies that my father has given to me, and it's not original to him, but one of the things that he always taught me is you treat the president and the garbage man the exact same way. Our legacy is about others buying into our belief and our values. But it's so much more than just buying in. It's the fact that they keep them up even when we're no longer around. In Genesis chapter 22, we read the story of Abraham. It says that God tested Abraham. God said to Abraham, "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah and offer him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains, which I will show you." Abraham did. In verse 6, it says, Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and laid it upon his son. He took a knife in his hand and fire in the other. And they went, both of them together. Abraham said to his son, "God will provide." When they came to the place which God had showed them, Abraham built the altar and laid the wood in order, bound his son, and laid his son upon the altar. And we all know this story. We all know who Abraham is, right? As kids, especially in this setting, we know the song, Father Abraham. I'm sure you guys could all sing it and do the hand motions. I won't, don't worry. But many years before this, God had come to Abraham and given him a promise. He said, I'm going to make you a promise. I'm going to make you a great nation. I'm going to make you the father of many nations, where the song comes from. But at the time God came and made that promise, Abraham didn't have any children. Then God came and he blessed Abraham and he blessed Sarah with their son Isaac, the son of promise, the son that would carry on Abraham's family name, as it were, the son that would continue Abraham's line, the son that would be Abraham's legacy. And here, God is literally telling Abraham to kill his legacy. We pick it up in verse 10, and it says that Abraham reached out with his hand, took the knife to kill his son. Well, verse 11 says, But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, do not lay a hand on your boy or do anything to him, for I know that you fear God, seeing that you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. So what does Abraham do? He names the place Jehovah Jireh, God will provide. And in verse 15, the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time and said, By myself I have sworn, by myself I have sworn, declares the Lord, because you have done this, you have not withheld your son from me. You have not withheld your only son. You have not withheld your legacy from me. I will surely bless you. I will surely multiply your offspring as numerous as the stars, numerous as the sand on the seashore. And in your offspring all nations of this earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice. See, Abraham was fulfilling his calling. God called him to something. God made Abraham a promise. He said, I will make you a great nation. And then God says, I'm going to take that away. And Abraham says, I don't understand, but okay. Many of you don't understand the next chapters in your life. We've lived through 2020. We're living through 2021. But we don't have any idea what's coming next. We have no idea how difficult that is going to be. We have to trust God. Your verse for this year, Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you. See, we are part of Abraham's legacy today, whether by birth or by choice or by belief. But ultimately, our legacy is not about us. Yes, you want people to be better for having known you, but it's not about us. Our legacy is about glorifying Jesus Christ. Our legacy is not about celebrating our life and our achievements. We're about to celebrate you guys and hand you guys diplomas. That should be celebrated, but our legacy as a whole should not be about us. But our legacy is to maximize the influence that we have in the lives of those around us, so that after they have met us, they see Jesus. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children." So I want to leave you guys with a question. What kind of legacy will you leave? Graduates, as you leave here, what kind of legacy will you leave? See, that depends on you. What kind of life will you live? Will you have a life that has credibility? Will you have a life that has influence? Will you have a life that has passion and integrity? So I'll ask you again, what will be your legacy? Thank you.